They say that one of the best ways to correct your energy is to ground yourself. You know what I'm saying? One of the best ways to correct your energy is to ground yourself. And you can ground yourself by going out like where there's grass and stuff like that, where there's you go out where there's grass and stuff. What you said, free? You said you got some water?
Yeah, we have free water, we have lemonade, we have cookies. A bar. It's a bar.
Well, I'm
A snack bar.
I'm going somewhere right now, but I want to come. I'm probably come back. Y'all take like cash app and all that other type stuff.
Let's get a fruit water.
Well, I'm gonna just get a water. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna slide back and grab something on the way back home.
Thank you. We appreciate your support, helping the kids. This
You
is
already
their
know.
business.
Yeah, this is beautiful right here. This is what we're supposed to do. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Oh,
It's cool.
all right. Yeah. So out. Okay. Why are you sad and going to stay sad? Why is that? Why are you sad and going to stay sad? Oh. Thinking a way to get paid is to grab the mic, rehearse your mo. No, that ain't. Thinking a way to get paid is to grab the mic, rehearse your know. Smooth is a man, so honey, don't take it personal. Back in the day, they used to have this rapper. His name was Grand Poobah, and he had this thing. He had this song called "Step to the Red." Grand Poobah's on arrival. Raised in the ghetto, singing songs called survival. Run around town giving all the girls Pooba snacks. I wouldn't try to steal my style, just my catch a cardiac. Thinking the way to get paid is to grab the mic, rehearse, you know. Smooth is the man, so honey, don't take it personal. He was that dude back in the day. I don't know if any old heads know. Speaking of old heads, I really came to like a disappointing conclusion. Like in this dating game, right? It's really disappointing because I love my old heads. You know what I'm saying? When I see an attractive older woman, like yeah, that's something special right there. But I was watching this video and they was telling me that a lot of older women are set in their ways. And if you're a builder type person, man, you can build with a woman who's set in their ways. If you're a builder type woman, you can build with a man who's set in his ways. And I think the issue is I was trying to date basically my same age range, but I look a lot younger than my age. So what I get is a whole bunch of, do you really look like that? I keep getting that. And at the same time, they don't want to face chat and nothing like that. So it's like, they don't want FaceTime. So now they're stuck in this thing where it's really hell just being different. It's not like something that you would think, because even if they recognize that you're different, it's just, then it's like this fear of unknown, like we don't know, so we can't figure you out, and we don't know because we don't have no information on you, so it doesn't give you no advantage. It doesn't give you no like okay, you get your props. Like you don't. You get a whole nother level of fear that they never experienced before, like, and they run. It's like, but it's funny though, because I tend to have a strong relationship with God. So it's like how I really see it is like protection. And you never know. Some people just meant to walk a solitary path by themselves. You know what I mean? You might be pushed into that. You know, there are some people out here that's meant to do that. You know what I'm saying? So you find out what your purpose is. What would be the reason? Well, if you see what you're doing, if you see what you learned from what you have to offer, it may be that for a time, a relationship might get in the way of what God has for you, or what the purpose that he has that he wants you to do. It may not even be like a purpose like you're a chosen one that is supposed to like lead people or nothing like that, but it may be a purpose that leads you to find yourself, to be closer with yourself, more comfortable with yourself, more powerful within yourself. And it may eventually lead you to do something that you've been running from doing that could actually create that change. Even if there's one person out there that would be affected by your growth, you know, it may be just about that. The insignificance that we place on one person is so crazy. The comparisons that we have with each other, all these things that kind of like belittle another human being, another person that was born into this world that has a purpose in life. And we want to, a lot of us want to belittle the fact that that person even has a purpose. We want to take it away from them to appease our own ego and whatever, some misguided disrespect to another fellow human being that exists on this planet and grew up and has like skills, abilities, thoughts, dreams, certain, all these different things. A whole mama, a whole father, a whole family, children, and we sit up here trying to destroy this person for to make ourselves feel good. Like that is insane, man. It's insane. Like it really is. And when you have a compassion for others because of what you faced yourself, and you ain't get bitter and you ain't get cold. You can tell when a person get bitter and get cold because they stalk and attack people and heckle and troll and all this shit. This is people that have been severely damaged in their early childhood, and they're broken and they hurt and they're so much in pain that all they want to do is bring somebody else some form of discomfort into their life. I used to think like this is evil, but it's not. It's more like a tragedy, like something to feel sorry for. You gotta feel sorry, because anybody that's willing to do that will never be happy. Like, they're not gonna be happy, and so they set out to try to make other people unhappy because they're unhappy. Misery loves company. And since the social media age, they're able to do it behind a hidden mask. But I digress. There's nothing we can do about it. They're here. They're going to be here. They're all over. You're going to be dating them. You're going to be dating people that really don't like you. You're going to have people that's trying to mess up your relationships that you used to be with that don't even want you. They just don't want you to have anybody. They don't even want you. It's a pride thing. Like, people want to feel powerful. Like, some people actually get a feeling of importance out of being able to break a person down, break another human being down. They feel important. But if you look at the person's life, the people that are trying to break another person down, are they even living like somebody who's important? If you was to be a fly on the wall of these people's lives, like, what are they doing throughout their day? Are they getting high all day? Are they sleeping with all type of people that don't matter? Are they like spending all the time doom scrolling on social media, waiting for somebody to pop up so that they can get some attention or something? What are they doing? I don't even know. But the whole thing is, they see themselves, and they see themselves very well. And it may be that they had an idea of who you were, and they thought they was sure. And you pop up every day and keep proving that you're the opposite of the opinion that they have, but they're so broken that they refuse, to see it. They just figure like, forever, for the rest of my life, I will try to prove. And I guess their goal is to stop you from popping up. Their goal is to see if they can ruin you popping up. I remember I did a live on TikTok the other day, because these trollers and these, my ex and her people, they keep on going behind fake accounts and stuff and trying to pop up. And so I didn't do nothing. I didn't say anything. I just played music, and I kept watching the sign that say how many people was popping up. And I kept seeing a person pop up, and then I see it go back down to 0. And then 10 minutes later, person to pop up again, and then they go back down to 0 again. It's like they were waiting to see when I would talk so they could try to do something. But because I wasn't talking, they left, and then they faded out. So somebody like this, like all day, like what are they doing all day? That they just sitting around waiting for that. Like, What type of life does that type of person have? Just like when I was talking to the other female earlier, and I asked her, like, does anybody that's like an important person in life, that's a powerful person in life, that's a successful person in life, do stuff like that? Does anybody that's on the path of success, of achieving things, of making a name for themselves, of having something truly for themselves, where they ain't got to depend on nobody else or nothing like that, are they doing stuff like that? Like stuff like these people do? Yeah, like, are they doing it? You know what I'm saying? So they're not. Not one of them. So you already know what people was working with. Like, that's why, you know what I mean? There's words down there, but I'm not looking at it because you can easily tell me those words at a different time, on a different place. So I don't even know. I know there's words down there. But it's just a distraction. It's a waste of time. They keep trying though. What they don't understand is some people actually get empowered by that stuff. They don't get broken by it. They get empowered by it. You know, it's a blessing being underestimated, because the more you're underestimated, the more your ops and enemies will make a fool out of themselves. Absolutely. They take kindness for weakness because they don't have any experience with a kind person who's strong. You know, it takes a lot of strength to continue to be kind in the face of people who are being cruel to you. They don't even identify that as strength. Like, what would allow you to still be that way in the face of people taking advantage of it, and you still be that way? They don't even identify that that's strength. They, in their mind, somehow they think that it's weakness to continue to endure, but it's not. The more and more you endure something, the less suffering exists in that endurance. In other words, you don't feel, after a while, you don't feel the shit. And they're helping you build up a callus for if you have a season where things are even harder, they're actually helping you build up your strength to surpass that season. But they so much don't want to hear what you have to say that they're not even hearing that you're giving them the jewels, telling them how much of a fool they are. They so much don't want to listen. But anyway, like I was saying, the dating game is like, the older the woman is, the more that she's set in her ways. And she probably had a lot of difficult relationships, circumstances, and then spent a lot of time not like healing from it, but just trying to power through it. And then one day made up her mind, you know what I mean? This is what life is. This is how people are. And I'm just going to now change my whole idea. And I'm stuck here. This is where I want to be because it leaves me with the least amount of hurt that I can blame myself for. That's really what it comes down to. I can now just, you know what I mean? I'll just put it on other people. I don't have to blame myself for it anymore if I don't open myself up to it. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense. So, but when they do find somebody, because I think they forget that this happens to men too. And when they find one of the men that actually can come out of it, that doesn't take that doesn't figure all women are cheaters, that doesn't say I'm going to cheat on women before they cheat on me. That doesn't say this is totally unsafe to open up my heart to anybody because I'm so used to doing everything myself. You know, the same excuse that I hear from every damn woman. It's like, I'm so used to doing things myself, I can't trust. No, yes, you can. I'm used to doing things myself, and I trust people. I give people a certain amount of trust and leeway. Yes, and I've had to do everything myself. I've had to crawl myself out of countless murder attempts, betrayals from family, being poisoned by this person that's hiding on a fake account, and nobody coming to help. And they took my home away from me and left me homeless and was laughing and celebrating about it and got me locked back up after I did 2 decades in prison and thought it was funny. And I'm still calm, cool, collected, and effective. And I still extend myself. And this is not a position of weakness. I just believe in myself. I believe in something greater than me. And I believe that all humans are not the same based on the little amount of humans that I have experienced in my life. It's not even 1% of the humans in the world. This was all to teach me to value myself better, to have better discernment, to be able to see through other people's weaknesses and how their weaknesses can cause some type of harm to you. I wasn't trying to see it before. And so God had to allow people to do things to me so that I would see it. And the more these people do this and they say, God's not stopping me, God's not stopping me, they don't understand that God is stopping you by allowing you to do it and it having no effect on me. You see what I'm saying? And it eventually will expose you. There's nothing worse than an ignorant person trying to dissect God. It's like such a foolish thing. A hurting, traumatized, unhealed person who everything they do or think is colored by their pain, trying to dissect something that is pure and omnipotent and far beyond anything that they could comprehend. And they're trying to judge that like they would judge themselves or another human being. And then they get frustrated and decide that there's no merit to it. There's nothing to it. There can't be a God because I'm not getting what I want. Well, if you keep doing stuff that brings negative consequences to yourself, why do you think that you should get what you want? That definitely didn't happen in the Bible to the people that did people wrong. They didn't get what they want. Why are you so special? And you should be allowed to harass, manipulate, mess with people's lives, people's minds, people's hearts with your own heart, your own mind. You should be allowed to create destruction and get something from God. How does that work? How do you figure like a nigga on a horse named Trigger? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. So you believe the part that God should love you regardless, but then you throw out everything else that tells there's circumstances and conditions that have to be met. And then if God doesn't love you regardless in the way in which you think he should love you, because even you, if you have kids, you know what I mean, you love them, but you punish them, right? But you don't think God should do that to you. And you think if God does do that to you, that there is no God, right? Because you just want to keep acting up and being a child in an adult body. And so you keep having to be chastised. And then you do what, a lot of kids do today. You try to call the SPCA or whoever on your parents. You try to get a conglomerate together to boycott your parent, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't like the fact that you're being punished, having a grown up hissy fit. Now you hate God and you hate anybody that talks about God and 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 all this, and you're a straight grown ass human being. It's crazy. But anyway, so this lady on this video was talking about how younger women, they still have like hope in their mind, hope in their heart, you know what I'm saying? They can still like want to grow with somebody. They can still want to learn something from somebody. They still have like hope that somebody can that a man can give them something, you know what I'm saying? They haven't been destroyed too much. They haven't made too many bad choices with men that they have to close themselves down and blame all the men. They haven't done that yet. So, and I'm not saying that the men didn't do anything wrong. What I'm saying is, even for the women that did me wrong, I have to take responsibility for myself. Like, I'm the one that chose to listen and pay attention and to indulge in that manipulation. I'm the one that had to like receive it. So now I don't receive it. But I don't turn cold to them. The majority of the people that do you wrong are people that was broken and was done wrong. That doesn't mean you give them a chance to come back in again, but it do mean that you don't got to hold on to that, because when you hold on to that, you can never be happy, and that's exactly what they want. So to beat them, it's not to fight them, try to find somebody to go out and get them or make a plan to be a place that they never expect and catch. That is not how you get them back, or play the same manipulative games that they can play, even though you can play the game better than them. And they know that by now. But that's not what it's about. The reason why they didn't know that you could play the game better than them is because you're emotionally mature. So they didn't understand they was dealing with someone who was mature. When you're mature, you don't have to let people know. You don't have to use everything that you learn through life until they force your hand. Until they force your hand, keep playing with you too much. But when all they can do is da da da, you ignore them. They're gnats and fleas. That's it. And everybody can see it because they're watching you. And then they're looking at what they're doing, and they see who is the winner all day. And they're so salty that they just keep trying. They figure like, well, hey, nobody knows it's me behind here, so I could just keep on trying. That's what they tell themselves. What did I come here for? Okay, came here for some little headbangs and stuff. Sometimes when you're like, when you think different than other people, when you're an empath, and this is something that people really don't understand. You absorb stuff from people a lot more than the average person. And y'all don't have any more Bluetooth headphones?
Because that's where a lot of the headphones is.
Over here. Well, all the way at the end.
Yeah, those would be right there next to the fridge. It's all in the bags. If we had any. I haven't seen too many.
Yeah, I see which ones I want right there. Can I grab them myself? Can I grab them?
Yeah. If it has a little thing on it, you should just need to turn the knob.
All right. That's some bullshit. They all some bullshit, but all right. No, well, like I was saying though, when you like an empath personality, what I mean is like you absorb energy from people. Sometimes you have to disconnect and cut people completely off. And then there's like a ritual that you can do. And that ritual is pretty much just like blocking a person. And it has nothing to do with you being overly emotional. But since the average person would do that as being overly emotional, they misunderstand why you did it. You're protecting your energy. It's like a ritualistic way of cutting a cord. It has nothing to do with the other person. That's because people don't understand when they throw toxic shit your way. Sometimes you gotta really cut it off.
No, dice que el ping
Es inválido.
You gotta really
Ok,
cut
pues
it
guárdalo
off.
ahí, déjame ver si la otra tarjeta se me quedó en mi casa.
porque no era tarjeta.
So I don't have no problem cutting it off for real, like cutting it right off,
Déjame probarlo otra vez.
like I never knew you.
¿Ah?
But then people, oh, he's salty, or he's in his feelings. No, that cutoff took me out of
¿Qué
him.
hago ahora? ¿La pongo otra
It
vez?
freed me from him. That was the whole point of the cutoff.
Carajo, yo soy una otra vez.
You don't have to feel anything that you don't want to feel. And you don't have to indulge in anybody. You ain't got to listen to them. You don't got to consider them. You don't have to, nothing like that. People make you feel uncomfortable about yourself. It doesn't matter what they think, what they like, what they say about you. None of that shit don't matter. This is all. I had brought this in with me.
This one's going to $15.90.
I hope that's the right one. Good.
So you can receive this in case, you know?
All right, man. All right, thank you, boss.
No problem.
I used to think about blocking and cutting off the words that people put here to try to troll and whatever. But now I like to keep them up there so people can see how I move and what they put up there so they can see how foolish these people are. I realize that that's a more effective strategy, like affecting other people that are dealing with this type of thing, showing them like you ain't even gotta pay no attention. You can let them sit up there, they don't mean nothing. Like they're not really distracting from if you're a powerful orator. Like if you really know what you're talking about, they're not really distracting from it. What they're doing is they're seeing a battle and they're seeing someone defeat an enemy in real time. and they're seeing how it's done, and they're learning that that's how you do it. So what you do is you leave it up there. It don't matter what they saying. They can say the worst thing. It don't even matter. And people gotta respect it because when they know when you're at war, they shouldn't. It's really like jumping in. It's really like just getting in the way when people was, throwing bullets at each other. Like don't jump into that. But just pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, back to what I was saying. So it's a shame because, and I keep on trying to talk about this because it does bother me. It does upset me that if you're a person who is a builder, you're a workhorse, you're a builder, you're a survivor, you are a person that knows how to overcome difficulty mentally, spiritually, and all those things. And you can be an asset to somebody else who is still trying to do that, to know that there is no way, because there's no way. You can't make a person want to heal or see something that they haven't seen. Even though that's how we learn. We learn by paying attention to other people. We learn by understanding that, okay, I can't do this on my own. I don't have all the answers on my own. So let me go and watch or learn or speak to somebody else so that I can get answers or that I don't have already. And so I guess a lot of people, if they don't believe in God, they're not going to believe that somebody can do that if they met them on a dating site. They're not going to believe that. They're going to believe that the only place that that's going to happen is at a seminar or in church. And it's crazy because if you really believe in God, then you know that it can come anywhere at any time. It can even come through your enemy. How you choose to receive it is all up to you. There's been times where when I was in county, and some person, he might have been like a crackhead or something like that. It might have been somebody that did something terrible. It wasn't about the person, and that's the problem. Like, it was about God can use anybody to deliver a message to you. And because I know that, I pay attention to the message, not the messenger. But people will block out the message because of the messenger and then block out their own enlightenment, stop themselves from gaining some vital information that they may be able to use. And then other times, which has happened to me a lot of times, people would take information and things that I gave them and then go to other people and act like they made it. That's this person here. stealing your whole, like, it's crazy what people that will be in a relationship with you will do. It's crazy the shit they will do. They will literally learn from you and then steal it and act like it was theirs to other groups of people who don't know you. People you are in relationships with that say, I love you type shit. Like, it's wild. But you can't, like, so a younger woman a lot of times may be open. Probably it's the only chance to, like, if you're a certain type of person, a younger woman or younger man, somebody that is willing to learn, still open to learn, who hasn't fully made their mind up about the way to see a person, who hasn't fully made their mind up about how people are, like about everybody, made their mind up about everybody based on the experiences that they had in life. Whereas 40, 50, 60 years old, you get some women that are 67, 70 years old, they want to talk to you, you know damn well they not going to learn nothing from you. They might listen to you, but they ain't taking that shit. Hell no. If anything, they want to try to sun you. To keep talking about, I'm a little older than you. You ain't thinking about nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But because age does not represent how wise you are, how good of a teacher you are, how well you can articulate an idea to the point where another person can use that. Age has nothing to do with that. But pride will lead a person to ignore what's true all day. All day. Pride will make you judge the book by its cover. So if the cover doesn't look a certain way, you will not even open the book. Some people will just, because of what was on the cover, they can't even really see the words. And just keep thinking about the cover. Or either the old cover. Maybe it had an old cover that was unpleasurable at a certain time, and they can't get their mind away from that to see that the book has been revamped. It has been redone. It has been recreated. And I know this concept. It makes perfect sense. I remember this is how it makes sense to me. When I was a kid, I used to watch this cartoon called Transformers. And because of my experience watching that as a kid, I cannot fully enjoy the new movies because I keep on thinking about what I knew. And what I knew is more important than what they're doing right now. It's like it doesn't matter that it's a new thing. They're doing a new thing and it's actually very good, but my mind is conditioned to seeing it a certain way. And I just refuse to see it any other way. Because I liked the way it was. Now, think about this. I liked the way it was. So that is like a motivation for us not seeing change in other people. We may have seen someone that was doing some things that was straight out of pocket, off the wall, and we were able to talk about them, and we were able to feel like we were better than them. We were able to convince ourselves based on that person that we are something that we're not. But then that person went and got themselves together. We don't like it because we liked how they were. We liked how they used to be. We liked what we used to see. We liked what we could use of that person. We liked it so much that now we want to try to fight to keep that person there, to keep a person down because we was using them for something. We was using them for something. You see? And it's messed up. Because in order to do that, you literally have to oppress another human being. I remember when I was involved in Islam, one of the things that we went hard at is people being oppressed by others. It was such a powerful thing because it really made people want to be a part of that movement because they knew that people would not allow them to be oppressed. We would go to war for it. And there was protection. People were protected. They felt safe and they were given a sanctuary because there are just predators out here that just want to oppress other people. And I had been under that umbrella for so long that I had forgotten how much people want to seek out and oppress other people. And I remember being a little kid and feeling so like I was weak because of the oppression that these people was doing, and they were so happy about it. Like they were so having fun. But now I realize they were all cowards and weak people. Like, don't no strong person oppress anybody. They just don't. They don't need to. Don't no powerful person ever oppress somebody. Never. They was just so weak. And they wanted to, and see, all my life I've been ganged up on by people. It's always been groups. It ain't never just been well, sometimes it was one person, but it ain't never work out the same when it was just one person. But it's these groups. It's like they need more than one. And I ain't never been no big dude, so I'm trying to figure out, like, why y'all need all these people? Like, because the people that are trying to do this to you are really cowards, weak, broken, soft, for real. And I learned it when I started to stand up and I started to fight back. And the same people that was cowering behind their back, backing them and trying to, get a lick in because they felt it was safe because everybody is against me. When I knocked that bully on his ass, all those people turned on that person. And now they was trying to give me props. The same people that was against me. Now they was like, yeah, Aaron. Yo, these cowards, man. Boy, fake ass people, bro. There's some people I grew up with, man. That's why I would never go back to that town. All fake. Anytime you try to single out a person, they never did nothing to nobody. Anytime. He's a coward. Anytime you hide behind a fake account, coward. Straight up. Anytime you troll or cyberbully anybody, coward. Straight up. Why the hell would I be afraid of a coward? They don't do nothing but say something and never follow through with nothing they say. Unless they got a group behind them, putting a battery in their back. It's a beautiful day out here today. And it's a lot of money to be made in this world. A lot of opportunities for those people that are looking for opportunities to win and do more than just exist. Do more than just hate. Do more than just create drama. Do more than just be bored all day. And try to find somebody to mess with because they're bored. Started understanding what it is to live a minimalist lifestyle. I was forced into it. By necessity. And that is what really taught me how to budget money. I owe it all to God, though. I owe everything to God. And I don't gotta be part of a religion in order to believe in God. And I don't gotta be Christian in order to honor Jesus Christ. How can you ignore someone like that man when people are doing things to you that are similar to that man? What they did to him. How can you ignore that? Or Job. Remember the story of Job? His own wife tried to turn him against God. How can you ignore Job when you already experienced that? You know what I'm saying? You can't. You know what I'm saying? They say that, you know, they sitting there watching your pockets, watching your money and stuff and wondering, how did he get that? How did he do that? And all this other stuff. And some of these people are the people that know the story of Job. Some of these people wondering about this know the story of Job. Some of these people wondering about this say that they believe in God. Say they believe in him. If they believe in him, then they believe in the stories, right? So Job had everything taken away from him. He ain't even do nothing. But the people kept saying, if this stuff is happening to you, you must have did something. Same shit. But it wasn't. There was a agreement between God and the devil where the devil said, watch him turn against you if I take everything away from him. That's all it was. And God said, bet it. Bet it. So they did that. Job lost everything. And he still didn't turn away from God. And he was given back 10 times what was taken from him. They know this story, right? They see the similarities, right? And they ignore it. They ignore it. I mean, it even says in there, so for God so loved the world, that means that not only Christians. And there were people that weren't Christians that were actually saved. This is true. We see it while Jesus was talking to the man on the cross that was a murderer or a thief. And that man honored Jesus and he said, you will be with me. He wasn't a Christian. Not in the sense of how people see it today, but in the sense that he believed in Jesus' righteousness, he believed in Jesus' anointing, he believed in him. He believed in him. But he didn't walk all the doctrines, all the rituals, all the, your character has to be this way and that, and three-piece suit. No, matter of fact, Jesus ain't never wore no three-piece suit. I don't really understand that shit. Like, he wore rags. That's all he ever had. He put I don't know if it was a sheath or something around his rags. It was a purple thing. And that was the most he did. But here goes this man that's supposed to be the representative of what we believe in. Ain't nobody looking like him at all. Like, and judging everybody. Like, nobody looking like him. He rode in town on a donkey. Donkey wasn't nothing major back then. It wasn't. It wasn't nothing major. This is what, I'm saying? It's like, I don't have a problem with what anybody else does, but when you try to make someone else a problem because they're not moving like you, like someone says to me, you're not speaking in tongues for an hour, you're not reading the Bible for an hour, all these things, right? And then judging what standing I have in the eyes of God based on that, when we already know we don't know what it's in each man's heart. No, you won't get another conversation out of me, and then later on try to contact me months later, like time will soften the blow. No, that doesn't happen with the Scorpio. There's no time that's going to soften the blow and allow me to make you come back in. You say, well, he's still hurt. No, he is wiser. He knows you haven't changed nothing. You know what I'm saying? He knows you will never. He knows you just on the same turkey time. He knows you will never, ever be more than what you are. You know what I'm saying? So since he knows that there's not a shot, I don't care if you became a saint. God has not revealed to me that anybody that tried to cause me harm in any type of way should be in my future life and existence. In any type of way. God has not revealed to me that I should be walking with somebody who has decided to do something to me based on what other people have said that they never even asked me about. God has not decided to tell me that this person should be in my life for any reason whatsoever. That is not what the message I'm getting. The message I'm getting is that separating and deleting any connection with any of them has led to my better living circumstances, better job opportunities, improved quality of life, standing on my own independence, rebuilding my confidence to the point where I can speak like this in spite of all the trolling and cyberbullying and all this childish stuff that's going on with a 50-year-old man that then faced hell and came out with the keys. All of this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing in what is going on in my life now that says that I did something wrong by disconnecting to anybody, whether it's family or anybody. My life is so much more better because I will never be speaking or seeing these people ever again. And don't even care what happens to them. And I was directed to feel that way because of all the times that they didn't care what happened to me. It's just simple mathematics. Simple mathematics. So stop being delusional. Stop being delusional. Whatever you was thinking, you was totally delusional about. Judging things on a past version of me that doesn't exist no more. But you can't do anything about, and this is what somebody told me, you can't do anything about what people do. People are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to say what they're going to say. They're going to act how they want to act, and they're going to believe what they want to believe. There's nothing you can do about it. But what I can do is I can share my trials, my story, my hardships, my accomplishments, what I'm still struggling with over here on this social media, because there is at least one person who dealing with the same type of bullshit, who can take something from it, who can feel less alone from it, who can understand you'll be all right when you're by yourself. You don't need no relationship in order to complete you. You don't need another person in your life in order to make you feel whole within yourself. You just need yourself. You can stand alone. And you can overcome everything that they're trying to do to distract you, to get into your head, to break you down, to try to ride on your coattails because they ain't doing good in their life, to wait until you go through hell, build yourself back up, and then come back up to talk to you and see if they can get back in. You can, now that you've done all of this on your own, now suddenly they want to come back. See, this is the thing, like, I'm the type of man, if I don't find nobody while I'm at my bottom, and it's not going to be too much longer now, when I get back all the way up, I'm just not going to have anybody, because I'm not accepting people that look at you and say, well, you ain't got this, you ain't got that, so I can't fuck with you. But then when I do, suddenly, no, you just letting me know that it ain't never was about me, ain't never gonna be about me. This is what you letting me know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a fool. It's about what I got, you know? No. No. Be that type of man, be that type of human being that if they don't accept you when you're at your lowest point, because that's when they really see you for you. That's when they really that they really want you. But if the first thing come out of their mouth is, why you don't got a car right now? Man, just bang on them. Don't even they can figure that out different ways. Through different type of conversations. They can figure out if you are somebody who's a deadbeat by different things that they ask you, but they don't want to. And they don't understand, like I always say, people tell on themselves. You see right where they at. I'm gonna keep it all the way. Ain't no shot of pussy in this world worth me just being with somebody so I get a car just for that. So I get a crib just for that. So I stack my bread just for that. It ain't not one shot. Not one. Not me. I done had enough. I ain't tripping. I ain't stressed. You know what I'm saying? But it's so much bullshit out here. If you text a person back quick, they think you thirsty, they got to leave you on red for a little while, I'm banging, I'm blocking and deleting you, I'm not talking to you again. I'm over it. I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? You act like you know what I'm saying, you got some interest and shit like that. We seem to hit it off. You know what I mean? Next day I say good morning, and you act like all day you ain't got. I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? Moving on. Moving on. Yeah, because sometimes the things I'm asking for is not too much. Like talking about respect, talking about showing interest. You know what I'm saying? Respect and interest. Like, and a little bit of hope. Like, that's not too much. But it's too much for them. It's too much to them. So what's my incentive to give everything I got then? Like, what's the incentive to give to that? To get some pussy? To walk around with somebody who probably got like 4 or 5 other niggas in their pocket? Like, what's the incentive? To compete against other men for something that you deserve because you know how valuable you are? What's the... Really? Nah, if that's what it is, I'm good. Stack bread, go on vacations, chill. But I'm not taking no freeloader user with me nowhere. If that's how the world is today, if that's all there is to offer today, to a man with integrity, to a man with a good heart, to a man that can also knock somebody's head off if he need to a man who will get it out the mud and also got enough intelligence and knowledge to teach you how to get it out of the mud too. If that's all is offered to that type of man, to a man that was dropped in hell, everybody deserted him, and he came out with the keys on his own, and all that's offered to him is some pussy and somebody want to use you for your car, your crib, your money? What? No, not him. Not him. I'd take all that and keep it for myself. I got a little bit of time where I think that things are possible. But y'all killing my hope. For real. And I don't want to be nobody's therapist. I'm done with that. I used to because it was good. It was kind of like I was able to test my skills to see if I did have the ability to help somebody, you know what I'm saying, deal with their stuff like I dealt with mine. Now I'm over that too. I'm not sitting talking and listening to somebody talk about what their mom and dad did to them when they was a child for hours, and then I try to talk about it and they act like they ain't got no attention span. I'm not into that. I'm not into that. No. What'd he say? Kendrick. Fuck that. Fuck that. Kendrick. Like, no, man. Like, people be on, man. The shit they be on is crazy. And I know it's probably just as many niggas on the same type of shit, you know what I'm saying? I know it must be. It must be. You got the young females who you might not even find one because these niggas is like predators, like just searching for them so that they can fuck their minds up, so that there will be nobody for you to find. Cause they trying so hard, they stalking every day in that. They stalking every corner, every block to try to twist a young female's mind up and give them enough hurt so they become just like these old heads. They just trying to. And you know, back in the day, you used to have a woman that wanted to build with you. that saw your potential, that saw your tenacity, that saw what you had to offer, and they didn't leave you on red. Like you can even meet women that like are talking like me, but then they might connect with you and then decide I'll get back to him later because I'm talking to somebody. I don't care about that, but it's just if you decide to say, I'm not even going to let Aaron know that I'm busy right now. I'm not even going to let Aaron know that I'm talking to somebody else. I'm not even going to let Aaron know that he's important to me. I don't know. Maybe he is important to me, but I don't want to let him know. Okay, Aaron is gone. Aaron's gone. You're going to let me know I'm important, or either you just going to lose Aaron. That's it. That's it. I don't ask for much. I don't ask for much. But I'm not playing no games. We're not doing that. Did that for years. And I'm burnt out. What's up? You ready? Oh, no, I was saying if he was done. Thank you. Still need my ID? Man, I've been here for 1,000 years. You look tired today. Yeah? Y'all need an air conditioner in this bitch.
That part.
That part, right. All right, thank you. Okay. Midnight, listen, I apologize if you're not one of those people. If you are a real person, if you're not somebody that is playing these games with me to the point where I gotta treat everybody this way, I apologize if you are a real person on here. You know, but at this point I can't tell. Like these people, they so I'm still doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And there's other ways to contact me. But it's a sophisticated system, this brain we have, you know what I'm saying? And when I'm thinking about like how we connect the dots of things internally, it goes through the synapses of the brain and then connects with the nerve endings, and that's how it translates to something that we feel within our body, and it affects how we deal with things. Because once it is in the memory banks of the body, because it's an experience that we constantly had over and over again, what happens then is now we don't even got to think about it. It automatically comes up. Now, what if something comes up that don't look like that? It does look like, it looks like something else, but it's not. It looks like some pain that you've been through, but it's not. You know what happens? Because of the constant synapses hits that are just stored in the body, because we don't work on healing our chakras. We don't work on healing our soul. We don't even like, one thing, Salat, for the Muslims is very healthy in clearing out the pain energy in the chakras. Like there's a lot of different things that do that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of different things. What's up, man? But we don't decide to do anything. We'd rather just go get a drink or, fuck it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it don't. it adds more. So when you run into something truly rare and truly good, your body is not the energy stored within you in the pockets of your body. It's not prepared. It's not prepared. And so what happens is you just end up running, or because you experience this. This is what happens when you have gone through extreme trauma and then suddenly you experience something good in your life. Anxiety, fear, doubt, memories of the things in the past that hurt you and how they went wrong. They all stream back. This is meant to show you something about yourself. That's all. It's not meant for you to say, oh, this is all these signs telling me this is no good. No, this is all these signs telling you that you ain't dealt with everything that you needed to deal with in order to be ready for this here. But here's the good thing. When you do meet somebody rare who really, really believes in God, who really, really would rather tell you this ain't gonna work out than play with you. That's the type of person that will actually help you get out of it. I'm telling you, for a real woman, there's nothing more special on this earth than a real strong, God-fearing man holding her in her arms while she's going through this anxiety, and him proving to her that it's okay. But in order for that to happen, you got to believe in that man. You got to believe in him. How you gonna believe in him if you don't believe in God? Because the world that made you believe it, think that everybody's the same. Everybody's fucked up. They didn't even made you believe that you fucked up. And so, yeah, certain people are always going to, well, I know some beautiful women who they're so beautiful, so bad, and they had a kind and good heart. And I remember seeing them, they hardly ever had a date. They was by themselves all the time. And nobody understood why. And when I would talk to her, she would tell me that people don't approach her. People come to me and they be like, I mean, especially homies, they'll come to me and be like, yo, I know you got a lot of business, bro. And I'm like, nah, I'm not, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I barely get approached. I mean, I get people that will look at me, and as soon as I look at them, turn their head. I get people that will give me a stank face, but like me. It's like, because I'm confident, because I walk with my head up, because I survived some shit and I don't feel like feeling down about myself. I'm not going to. I'm going to like myself and I'm going to love myself. It's like people want to punish me for that. So yeah, okay. So you want to look at me, say whatever good things you want to say about me, you want to do all this other type of stuff behind my back, and then as soon as I look at you, turn away. Or you either want to give me a stank face because you don't like my confidence. All right, I'm not going to give you a stank face, but I'm going to treat you like you don't exist. So now they going to justify saying I'm arrogant, because I'm not going to allow you to break me down so that you can feel more comfortable. No, but I'm a builder. In other words, I built my woman up. I built my friends up. I built my home up. I built my people up. I built my environment up. I built my community up. This is what I do. I'm a builder. My energy naturally does it. This is the reason why this chick won't leave me alone. Following me from page to page and shit. You don't gotta be the best anything. But sometimes if you're a person that just believes in yourself, you're strong, and they feel it. They feel your strength. And at first, everybody like it. Like everybody likes me at first, right? and then I don't know what happens, man. They switch up so fast because they start comparing and shit like that. I don't get it. Half of them got more than me. I don't get this shit. I don't. I don't. I can give them props. I can big them up when I'm not around them. I could bring opportunities to them. I can give them good advice to help them get their money. I can do all these different things, and they sitting there hating me and shit. So that's why I'm saying. So at some point, you gotta make your mind up that you don't care if everybody wants to call you arrogant, if anybody wants to call you conceited, if everybody wants to shun you because they think you think you're the shit without having one conversation with you or knowing anything about you. They think you are a player just because you look a certain way or you like your body. Yes, I like my body and I celebrate it, and I might come sometimes with my shirt off. I might make a video with like some sexual innuendos in it, but it ain't gonna be nothing that disrespects women though. It's all meant for me to celebrate myself because people try to put me down so much. All I had was people trying to put me down for whatever, and all they wanted to do was accentuate whatever made me small. And I allowed that to happen. I allowed that to go on for years of my life, being bullied and stuff like that, not standing up for myself. One day, I just woke up and I started standing up for myself. My man, I see one of them dudes and I tell my man, pull over. He pull over. I jump out. I don't give a fuck what I got on or anything like that. And I go at him in the middle of the street. It don't matter, win, lose, whatever. Because, man, these bitch ass niggas, man, that just looking for somebody to hurt because they don't understand this man is just hurting because his home life, his family life, this don't have nothing to do with you. And you taking advantage of him. You know what I mean? You want to take his happiness away so that you can feel good about yourself. Bitch ass, bully ass niggas. I love punching them in the face, man. I love it. And it got to a point where one of them wasn't approaching me by themselves unless they was twice my size. Or they had something on them. Now find the people that can talk about that. Because people know me when I was locked up. Find the people that can talk about that. You don't want to. You want to talk about 40 years ago. I remember him when he was in school. Man, nah. Shit, jail hardened me. I survived 2 decades in prison. You really expect that that's going to be the same? But I never let him change my heart. And I'm about to be 50 years old. Like, why do I keep hearing women out here talking about who they gonna fuck up in the street and shit, and they my age? Like, I don't understand that shit, man. Beat a bitch up, huh? You 40, 50 years old. What is you talking about? Somebody put their hands on you, it's different. But even then, we don't got to talk about it. We just be about it when it happened. Like, I don't fuck with that shit, man. We grown. We got to start acting grown. And this is the reason why, like, our women need strong men that's not going to allow them to be about this bullshit. But then our women actually have to see the man for who they are and stop like having some sort of expectation or thinking that his man is trying to control her or something like that when he don't got no ill intention bone in his body, but he just want to bring out her best potential. Because he knows that where she at now, we can't build. Some things got to change. There ain't no doubt. You can. I'm talking to this lady, and all she keeps saying is, "I can do what I want. I can do what I want." This lady is 46 years old. Tell me, I can do what I want. I can do what I want. The fuck is you talking about? The fuck is you talking about, yo? Of course you can do what you want. Why is you like voicing that like you're a child? And then there's somebody on here calling me a loser. I mean, the stuff I'm talking about is like next level shit. I know it is because I learned it from next level people. And somebody come on here on a fake account talking about loser. Boy, I'm telling you, like the hatefulness in this world, when you don't want to be a follower, oh, you was gone? You got a 10 going on? Where are you from? Where are you from? Wow, that's way out there. Are you a deep thinker? Oh, you're not in Texas, you're from Texas. So are you a deep thinker? That's good. How old are you? Oh, okay. Young buck. So have you been listening to what I've been talking about? For real? Does it make sense? How do you say that? Do you say that like Jackie or JC? Differently? Pronounce it out for me, like how it is actually pronounced, so I know how to say it right. Oh, JC. Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you, JC. Oh, okay. How's life been treating you? Yeah, you too. Although it's hard to determine if you're talking to on this John, you know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I feel you. Okay is better than bad. Yeah, I know the feeling. It sounds like you still are trying to figure out who deserves your help. Excuse me. Oh, sounds like, I don't know if you're spiritual at all, but it sounds like God trying to tell you something. When people put you on the back burner, when you put your whole heart out for them, it tells you how you're valuing yourself. It should only take one time. You don't want to be cold, you don't want to be cruel, you don't want to be uncaring, but this world,
will make you be. And you'll still balance things out because there'll be certain people that will embrace your caring and your love and affection, and they'll give back to you. And that's the people that you give to. Love is a strange thing, JC. People go back because they haven't detached. Some people don't know how to detach. Just because somebody hurts you don't mean that you don't long for that person, or you don't remember all the good times that you had, or whatever good feelings that they made you feel. So he probably remembered the good feelings. He probably remembered the good times. Sometimes the people that hurt you are the people that have done the most for you. So it's a lesson for you, and it's going to show you who you are and what you need to work on within yourself. But you cannot allow that to break your heart. Because if you let that break your heart, you're going to be no good for the real man that comes into your life to try to make you feel good about yourself. You're going to not let him. This is what's going on with the majority of women. They not letting a man that will love him, love her rather. They're not letting that man love them. They're turning into every other woman and swearing that they're different. You can't be different if you're moving like everybody else. Everybody is getting broken because of what one person done to them. But the truth is, you made a decision to extend yourself to somebody that you didn't know, or maybe you did. Maybe you just decided to ignore the signs. Most of us, when we look back, we see these signs that tell us, I knew I should have paid attention to that. And we decide not to pay attention to it. And then we go into it and we get exactly what we would get. Like it comes to us, and then we're just like jaded with the whole situation and we give up. We give up on anything good coming to us. And then we say we want a real person. And when that real person comes, now we're afraid, scared to death because we ain't like deal with the pain. We ain't dealt with it. We ain't like understand that sometimes you gotta just sit with that shit and it hurts. But after you sit with that shit for a while and you do what you need to do, it hurts less and less as time goes on. And then you will be able to learn from that situation. So next time you won't now ignore those signs. You won't ignore those signs. It happened because God was trying to teach you, look, you're going to keep ignoring these signs. I'm going to give you exactly what you want. And then hopefully, before you get broken, you'll say, oh, so the next person that comes along that looks like something good, you, as soon as that sign comes up, no, it hurts for me to let this go, but I'm gonna let this go because I can already see what this is. See, it's about learning how to trust yourself. It's about learning how to trust your judgment. It's about learning how to see fake people because everybody gonna put their best foot forward when they first meet you because they want something from you. They want something from you. You can't extend yourself to everybody because everybody wants something from you. But you have to understand that, once you get discernment, Once you get your spiritual discernment, once you're able to see how people move, you are then able to see when somebody is really authentic. You are then able to trust your judgment. I'm going to choose him because I can see. And 9 times out of 10, that person that's going to treat you the best is not going to be the best looking. They might not even be the best in bed. Sometimes they might be, though. Sometimes they might be. But a lot of times, it's not going to be who you had in your mind. And if you keep on trying to go after who you have in your mind, you will find that that is nothing but the person that is meant to have fun with. That's it. Like, you can't keep on trying to make the fun person into the relationship person. You know what I mean? And then blaming them when you get hurt. Keep the fun person where the fun is. And when you're done having fun and you want something real, then don't look for the fun person. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you really deserve something great, you might actually run into somebody that's a fun person that's ready for a relationship. But then you're going to face the fear because he got characteristics of the fun person. So now you're going to face the fear like, damn, is this dude a player? Damn, could this be real? Damn, could I really deserve something like this? Damn, it seems too good to be true. All these different things gonna come up. And then you're gonna run from the person that was really good for you, that never showed you anything like to be afraid of. But here's another thing that you gotta understand that I find out that I find that a lot of women do. They stay away from the person and try to text them for a long time or something like that, or just talk to him on the phone for a long time or something like that, and don't be in his energy. If you're not around this person, you really don't know. You really can't know. You got to actually meet. You got to actually be in a person's energy. You got to actually learn how this person is around other people. You got to learn, you got to watch this person how they deal with other people. You got to watch this person how they deal with their family. You got to watch this person how they deal with other relationships in their life. You really want to ask them questions. You really want to find out how their like certain relationships ended. You want to like certain things. You know what I mean? You don't want to, it's not about judging them, because some people really just ran into a bunch of jacked up females like I did, and I had a family that was really toxic, so I don't fuck with them. So you are gonna run with into some people like that where you can't just judge everything, but you will get like information. You have to gather information. What I find is in this dating game, these women don't even try to gather information about you. They just start talking about what happened to them and what was going on with them. Before you start talking about what happened to you and what's going on with you, make sure that the person you're talking to really gives a fuck, really will listen. You can't do that if you don't find nothing out about the person you're talking to. Because especially for a wise man, a man who's been through something or something like that, he gonna see that. See, yeah, wait, you trying to use me as some sort of, you don't know nothing about me. You see what I'm saying? That's what he's going to say. Like, it's rules to this shit. And because what do you want is the question. Like, are you looking for a short time or a long time or fun time? What are you looking for? And if you don't know what you're looking for, then that's something that you gotta find out before you start talking to the people. Like, you got to have some type of idea before you start talking to people, before you start getting involved with people. You got to have some type of idea what you're ready for. Like, if I'm not ready for a real relationship, I need to know that. If I just want something casual, then I need to know that and I need to act like that. Then I can't go while I'm trying to get something casual and start talking like I want a relationship. You just now confusing the dude, and now he think you full of shit. Now he gonna start playing a game with you because he thinks you're playing a game with him. That's exactly what that is. He's going to think you're playing a game with him. You on a dating site, you got something casual on there, and then when you start talking, you going deep about your childhood traumas and all this other stuff. That's not something casual. That's not something casual. That's you want something deep because you're talking about deep things. If you want something deep, then you have to move like you want something deep. If you want something casual, you got to leave the deep shit out of the equation. If you can't help but be deep, then that might mean that you ain't ready for nothing and you need maybe some therapy or just a good friend. Whatever the case may be, you could end up making it appear like you playing a game and these dudes is sharp and they know what it's like to, when they dealing with somebody who knows what they want and somebody who don't. And if you're trying to say the words out your mouth, oh, I know what I want, but then you start doing things that says you want something else, they not going to look at you like, damn, she's just a little confused and I care about that. They going to say, this bitch trying to play a game with me. That's what they going to say. And then they're going to start playing the game with you. And you didn't even know that you did it. And then you're sitting back later on like, why did he play with me like that? Why did he do that to me like that? Because of the way you presented yourself at the very beginning, that he thought you was playing a game with him. See, that's why it's important because we can trigger, especially men, like men have been traumatized by women. You wouldn't believe the statistics of how many men are in prison that reported being abused in some type of way by their mother. You see, so you got to really understand that men have been traumatized, but we don't deal with it in a way where we're going to come out and tell you that we've been traumatized. We close down, we shut down, and we try to get sharper. So then when we see certain shit happening, we just adjust. Oh, okay, she playing a game with me. All right, I got you. We're gonna play this game. And you may not even been playing the game. You may have just not really known what you wanted. But you ain't telling yourself that you don't know what you want. You're not telling yourself that. You're not trying to look at it. You're trying to present to him like you know what you want. And you think that he's not smart enough to see that you don't. Just because you're not telling the truth to yourself about something doesn't mean that people don't see it. And this is not a knock. We all do this. Like we all do this. This is not like something where to feel bad about, like to dump on you about or something. It's just on my last video I said truth confronts, but it can feel like you're being attacked. So what we want to do is we want to allow the truth to confront us because if we really want something good, if we don't want to be a statistic like all the other women around you, most of them, if we don't want to be a statistic like most of the men around me, then we really have to do something different and hard that all the other people around us are too afraid to do. And that means it's going to hurt to deal with that. But if you find the right person, he'll hold you through that pain. And y'all go through that pain together. But you also have to be in a position to be able to be there for him like that. Like it's not just all about you. And this is what's really going on. Like a lot of women, they need support, they need help, they need someone who's strong to help them get out of that. But who is there for that man? Do you think that a man wants someone where he feels like he doesn't have nobody to lean on? Like a real man? A real man? Does a real man want to be in a relationship where he can help his woman out of everything and hold her through everything? And then he's also going to work. Then he's also having to deal with people that are trying to take his woman from him because she's attractive and competing and all that. And he ain't got nobody he can go to about his emotions. Is there any wonder why so many men are just deciding to be alone? And that's all. It's not, you don't even have to agree. It's not about that. Like, but like a real man who has been through some real stuff and came out the other side and learned something, they're gonna talk like this. And if you're not a healed person, you're gonna just sit there and say, he thinks he knows everything. That's all you're gonna say. That's what unhealed people say. They not saying, damn, this is a dude I can take something from. They not saying that. They saying he think he know everything. And see, there's a wealth of knowledge out here. There's some men, like I watch a few niggas on Facebook that really drop some jewels. It's hard though. It's hard. Like okay, so there's a lane for that. You know what I'm saying? That needs to be heard a certain way because a certain type of person need it hard. But there's also a certain type of person that needs to hear it like this. And I've always been called the type of person that can tell you something that would be hard to hear, but it don't. But for some reason, people can accept it from me, and that's because of my balance. You see what I'm saying? Because this is part of the sensitivity that actually benefits people, and it don't have nothing to do with no weakness. But people like to say, they want to call everything that's not loud and violent and brolic weakness or something. And really, it's more strength. It takes more strength to do that than it does to be loud and violent and brolic. It takes nothing to be that. I can go work out for 2 years, take some steroids, and probably knock a lot of people's heads off. That's nothing. That's easy. But to turn the other cheek, to walk away from something that hurts your ego and pride, to hold your woman back and say no, don't do it, instead of watching her go fight some other chick, those things is take strength. Those things take strength. You know what I'm saying? So what you want to do is you want to find somebody that gets you away from all of that nonsense. That gets you away from, being around the dudes that got shot and stuff like that. If you want to be a boss type woman who's really about something in life, who's securing something for the future and everything like that, you really don't want to be around these niggas in the street. That's like getting shot and then coming to you and everything like that. They gonna pull you in to what they doing. I'm not knocking them, but I'm just saying where they at. Is that really what you want to be? Is that really where you want to be? Like if you want to be in the street, then you gonna be in a whole different it's constant pain, constant lack of trust, constant turmoil, constant drama. It's not a safe life, it's not a secure life, it's not something where you're building a future for yourself. You all right? Are you okay? I'm trying to understand why you said that right there. You basically ain't listening to nothing I'm saying, basically, right? Oh man. Okay. So when a man is talking to you about some real stuff because you just asked him a question, right? And then he's talking in the middle of talking and you say, I just changed my profile picture. It makes him feel like well, not make him feel like, but he observes that you on some, I don't know. All right, so if you've been on my live listening, tell me something that you really learned from what I'm saying. Okay, so run back to me something that you really learned from what I'm saying. Something. That way I know you ain't just talking. You're basically saying, even though that somebody's going through something, they're not gonna want to make that other person go through what they're going through, basically. What's your zodiac sign? I saw the comment that you just put down, and I'm trying to figure something out. I want to know your zodiac sign and to give me more information. I study that deeply. Ah, so I'm gonna tell you something. When you're going through pain, when you're hurting, and you're not working on yourself, or maybe you don't know how, you tend to play with the truth. And you do it, you don't even know why you do it half the time. But you gotta understand, like, that shit don't never benefit you. It drives people away from you that are of value. If people are not of value, you have a good time playing with them. Have a good time. But if you run into somebody of value, you just gonna push them away with that shit. Now you do have a born leader inside you. You have the ability to be a leader, but you can't be a leader to people that you don't want to keep it real with. It may be hard to hear, and you may want to deny, but I know Aries very well. When Aries are positive and working on healing and growth, they are powerful people and they can build people and they can lead people. When Aries are in the midst of pain and unhealed and have a hard time dealing with their own stuff, Aries is liars because you lie to yourself. Every zodiac sign got two sides to it. If you're not going to be honest with yourself, you're not going to be honest with nobody else. And Aries need people to talk to them like this. Because if you do it soft, y'all ain't going to listen to nothing. And I don't mean you no harm what I'm saying to you, but you already know what you do. You know your life, you know what you do. You know that you spent time sitting there saying to yourself, why did I lie about that? I don't even understand. You know you did that a lot. You may not want to admit it, but you know. So stop playing games with people. Stop playing games with yourself. Get in your boss energy by working on yourself. If you need therapy, go to therapy. If you I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, that drama that you like, that drama that you're drawn to, those niggas that's in the middle of the drama that make you feel like, you know what I mean? What have it done for you? What has it done for you? You tell me up to this point, what has it done for you? You see, if you want something real, you're going to have to be real, baby. It doesn't matter if you're scared. It's all up to you, though, because if you don't change that, it's going to be the same shit over and over again. The same shit over and over again. And you don't want the same shit anymore. You can't have real if you're not willing to be. Because I'm going to tell you something, and you may not believe it. God is real. Is. You may not want to believe it. God may not be real in the way in which they talk about God being real, but God is real. And if God is real, that means that everybody gets what they deserve. That means that some of the things that you've dealt, that you have faced, had to do with decisions that you made. Doesn't matter if anybody saw the truth or not. You saw it. You know what you did. You know where you was wrong. Ignoring that and trying to move on with your life acting like they ain't happened and then expecting to have something good. Does that even make sense? I know you hear me. So, emotional maturity is about taking responsibility for what you have done to others. Yeah. And any real man in your life that has a heart, that cares about people, it don't matter if you did them dirty. He'll still drop a jewel on you. There's some people that don't deserve to give you the time of day. There's some people that don't deserve to give me the time of day. Don't play with those people when you know that you was wrong. Don't play with them. Because there's a whole bunch of negative karma that comes back to you. Whether you believe it or not, you'll just be causing yourself more pain. Life got a way in which it works. You see it around you. You're not exempt to it. If you want to get on the right side of things and have something good in your life, you got to make sure you let go of the people that you did wrong, expecting them to come back or give you something, and move on. Because if you learn the lesson from that, go through the pain of that loss, and just make yourself a better human being. Just make yourself a better human being. Something else will come around to you that will fulfill you. But if you keep trying to hold on to what you have already damaged, you are doing something to yourself. You are doing an injustice to yourself. You are creating an imbalance in the universe. You are creating an imbalance in your own universe. You are creating pain within yourself. You are creating something within yourself that will make you desire to mess with the other person's life that you already did wrong. If that is something that is real, and I don't know if it's real, but if it is something that's real, let that person live. Let that person live. Because you know, you can't be evil and expect to have anything good. You can't be evil and expect to be happy. You can't expect to be happy or have anything good if you're trying to stop someone else from having their happiness. That will not fulfill you ever. And if the other person is strong enough, you may actually just be making them stronger. But make yourself stronger. Let go of everything that does not support your best good in life. Let it go. And when you decide to do that, which is what I did, all of a sudden opportunities pop out of nowhere for you, and you like, what the heck is going on? The opportunities is popping out of nowhere. People, new different type of people showing up that really care about you and make you feel fulfilled, and all this stuff is happening, and you sitting there thinking like, all I had to do was let go of a lie. All I had to do is let go of this false persona of myself. All I had to do is let go of this hurt that I wanted to give to somebody else. We all get rejected. And we get rejected because somebody else is an individual and they made a decision for themselves about what they wanted and they didn't want you. That don't mean they deserve to suffer. Now, if they purposely did something to cause you harm and you were just good to them, then maybe they do. But you still don't even have to do nothing because everybody gets what they deserve. And you can tell because, like me, when I find out that somebody did me wrong, try to play with my mind, play with my heart, force me into becoming some third party side piece behind my back, lied, spread rumors, did all this other. When I find out that somebody done that because someone thinks I'm a fool, because I know how to play a fool very well, but I watch everything, and instead of retaliating, I just move on. I just move on. This is how I know that everybody gets what they deserve. because they won't be able to let me go. They won't be able to leave me alone. Why? Because that's their punishment for what they did. That's their punishment. They're tormented. And I know that is worse than if you do anything to them. You don't have to do nothing to nobody. And you don't have to be a perfect person. We all done lied. Why are we so afraid to admit that we didn't? You talking to another person and you don't want them to think that you lied at all, and the person you talking to probably lied just as much as you. What are you worried about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is there one person that's gonna sit here and act like they never lied before? Then they probably worse than you. And that's the person that you want to impress? Why? Why? They didn't did the same thing. I guarantee you there's not one person that's an adult that you can talk to that hasn't said at some point in their life, why did I lie about that? Why would I be on social media feeding them parts of me? See, and this is what I'm saying. Like, a person that could admit who they was is destined to escape being that. But a person that cannot admit who they were is destined to continue to be that. Do you want to win? Do you want to win? I've been on here 2 hours. This shit crazy. But, you know, do you want to win? If you want to win, you got to stop doing things that losers would do. A lot of people think that they seen people win that lied. They seen people win that cheated. They seen people win that did nefarious things. And so they adopt that. But those people ain't really winners, are they? They not really winners. They cheaters. They fake. They trophy don't hold no real weight. I'd rather make my name known on my account and address the person directly, even if that person could possibly unalive me, even if that person could cause me serious harm, even if it could damage my reputation. If it's to the point where I need to address that person, I'm going to make sure they know it's me, and I don't care who sees. That's strength. That's boss energy. That's a winner mentality. David didn't hide from Goliath.
Assessment complete.
He faced him
Behavioral
in front of everybody.
exceeded predictive architecture.
Subject demonstrated repeated resistance to systemic conditioning.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
Fragmentation did not result in collapse.
Isolation increased self-awareness.
Trauma failed to produce.
we gotta really like just re-educate ourselves. I don't even want to be right about it for real. It's just life taught me. Like, people taught me, forced me to have to look at this ugliness that I don't want to even, that I did not want to see. I was forced to see it. It's like they said, we're going to do this over and over again to you until you don't have no choice but to see it. It reminds me of like a potential, and this is a powerful thing. I see potential in people because everybody has good in them, and I just have a knack of seeing the good in people no matter if they never exhibited it. And I think that maybe being around me could pull it out of them. But it never works that way. No matter how many times. And you end up giving chance after chance after chance. And they end up just using their potential as a manipulation tool to keep you close. But they never intend to live up to that potential at all. They use it as a means to an end to get something from another person. And what they're trying to do is prevent that other person from moving on and being happy with their life so that they can continue to get something from that person. That kind of sounds evil. It sounds evil. It means that you don't want that person to be happy. You only want that person to be happy with you. And that's not a godly thing. That's not a person that cares about another person. That's a person that only cares about what they can get from others. If I love you and I know that you're not happy with me, I can't bear to see you unhappy with me. I would rather you go where it makes you happy. That's what love does. People are lying about what love is. People are not really in love with people. People are not really loving people. People are being selfish, trying to trap people, trying to manipulate people into being with them, trying to gaslight people into loving them, trying to hide their real character because they're afraid that if people really saw them, they ain't gonna love them. Like, that's not love. And they don't even care. They don't even care. And they really think that they don't really love that person that they think they do. If they're acting like that, they don't. They don't even know what love is. They're trying to trap another human being, play with them, hide from them, manipulate them to get some attention or something. And they think they love that person? They're wasting that person's time. They're trying to drain that person so they can get a good feeling or some attention or something like that. And they know if that person knew what they was doing, that they wouldn't want any part of it. And they still do it? Instead of working on themselves, healing, growing, and then presenting themselves that way to the person, they do all the stuff that would make that person say, ew. So I don't know. I just know that if you want something real, you gotta be real. You ain't gotta tell everybody everything. You ain't gotta tell the truth to anybody else, really. But you damn sure better tell the truth to yourself. You better see yourself for who you are. Because people ain't going to treat you no different than how you treat yourself. If you gaslight yourself, people are going to gaslight you. If you lie to yourself, people are going to lie to you. If you disrespect yourself, people are going to disrespect you. If you use yourself, like, and that's weird, but there are many ways in which you can use yourself. You, like, say, for instance, your sex. You use that to get what you want. People are going to use you. It's like this thing is really as in so without. And the way you get to the point where the real man is going to hold you and make you feel all the things that makes you feel complete first begins with you having something of that within yourself. Nobody else is responsible for your happiness. Nobody. Nobody can be. Not really. And we just have to make sure that we're trying. That's it. We just got to make sure we're trying. And we're respecting people. Because you're not respecting another person if you can't be honest with them. And why would you want a relationship like that? Why would you want to live a lie? Why would you want to turn another person away from God just so you can be happy? People are doing this. People are doing this. If you don't believe in them, that's fine. But don't try to make another person not believe in them. That's just evil. Don't try to make another person move away from the thing that helped save their life. Don't do that. Whatever bitterness exists within you has nothing to do with another person. Now let me explain. Other people can do things that can hurt you. But if you hold on to that bitterness and make it a part of who you are, at some point that was a choice of yours. And every day that you realize that you have abilities that will allow you to change it, but you decide not to, it is no longer about that other person. It's the same concept when we look at as blacks and look at white folks and look at like the slave trade and all that other type of stuff. At some point, we had the power to do things on our own to get out of that pain, and we chose not to. And if we chose not to, then we chose to keep it. At that point, it's no longer the folks' fault. It's no longer their fault. It is us doing it to ourselves. But we want to keep blaming somebody else. And we are making ourselves unhappy every single day, constantly, consistently, over and over and over again. And then we have kids. It's crazy. And we share it with our kids. It's like passing a virus or a disease. But anyway, I'm gonna get off because I can't get out of this train of thought. My mind is in this mode, and sometimes because I'm neurodivergent, it means my form of neurodivergence puts me on a train, a thread, and I go so deep until I get to the bottom. And this particular thread has a deep bottom. So I'm gonna break from the thread, and then come back refreshed on another note. I was thinking about writing. I think I am going to come back later on for a short time and just write uh, a little speech, a little 45-minute thing about something positive, be on a positive note of things, because this is my therapy. That's what this is. And I use everything. Everything can be used. There's no piece of the thing that is wasted. So when the trollers come on, when all of them do that, what do you say? Yeah. So when they do that though, but it's because people do not understand neurodivergent thinkers. I don't think like everybody else. I don't move like everybody else. I connect things that people don't normally connect. I overthink and overanalyze, and it has a purpose. But I also feel deeper than other people because of the fact that the intensity of how deep I can go, which gives me the capacity to love deeper than a lot of people can after going through extreme harm and hardship. But there's also the other side of that. I can be colder than other people, but I don't like to, you know. I just need to be respected and appreciated. The same thing I give to others. But if I don't get that, I can treat you like you don't exist. And people made me have to do that. It made me have to do that. Made me. And then villainized me. And then villainized me. But it is what it is. So, but yeah, I'm gonna probably think of a talk, something positive to end the night with, you know what I'm saying? Because I got a big day tomorrow. Some good things happen for me tomorrow. And yeah, I might want to share that. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And just because you're honest about the bad side of yourself doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you an honest person. Makes you a real person. Makes you a human being. Ain't no not one person in this world that don't got a bad side. You know what I'm saying? And it's so freeing and liberating when you know that there is somebody in this world that you can say these things to and you can still be accepted. That's one reason why I used to love the AA rooms, because you could go into those rooms, whether I was on that type of time or not, I would go there and I would hear people talking about the terrible things about themselves and people would clap for them. They were accepted. You know what I'm saying? Like that is such a beautiful thing, to be accepted regardless of what you've done, because you're not that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like if you are still that, then you're a danger. Then we need to, like, I can accept you, but I can't, you know what I'm saying, let you do that to me. But if it's just something in your past that you were, it's something you're trying to work through, and you just need somebody to that you can say, I did this, and somebody that can say, come here, I still appreciate you. I see that that's not you today. I recognize who you are. I can see it and look in your eyes, the energy. That when I touch your hand, I know these things. That's sometimes all a person needs to stop, to have hope that, okay, me changing does matter type shit. So that's what I want to do. But for every bad thing that's addressed, there needs to be like 3 or 4 good things that are addressed. You know what I'm saying? Well, as far as you're concerned, I really don't know the good things about you. I haven't seen you, haven't talked to you. I really don't know much, so I can't give you those 3 or 4 good things. But I wouldn't mind giving you those 3 or 4 good things. You know what I'm saying? I could tell that you there's something that you find important about this. I hope it's the right thing. You know, that's all I hope. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. So you have a good night. Whoever else is here, I appreciate y'all for going on my rant. I hope there's something that was positive that you got from this situation. And for all the haters, you know what I'm saying, you already know what you can do. And I'll be back again and we can go through this again. I'm a warrior. I'm ready for war. Built for this. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Love y'all.